You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
If only you listened. If only you listened. If only you listened. Punters and dribblers, what you've come into there is basically just a threat. Not an idle one either from Eddy Simpson. He doesn't like to threaten very often, but
It's not my style.
no.
But I also don't like seeing plants go by the wayside.
No. We're pro-plant.
I'm pro-plant here on this podcast. Pro-nature. Pro-Mother Earth. Pro-life.
Yep.
Pro-life guy over here.
And pro-choice.
And pro-choice. I meant pro-life like the plants and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's not get it. Let's not confuse things.
No.
I'm pro-plant.
Pro-plant. And Tobler, for maybe, the 12th week running, is like, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to feed them.
Yeah.
They're already starting to get limp again.
No, they're getting limp.
I've been giving them other food.
What, you mean fucking coming into them?
No.
Harvey Weinstein style.
Bit of that
Or is
seaweed
that-
fertiliser.
Was Harvey a plant operator?
I don't know if he was on that was blowing loads into plants or it was Louis C.K. I know that nut has been spilled in plants in the sort of Me Too era from some sickos.
Harvey Weinstein. One of the great pigs all time.
Dude, one of the great pigs, real oinker.
Did you expect to hear that, punters and dribblers?
No.
Sit down a bit of Harvey chat from
Harvey
Monday?
Weinstein
Well, here we are.
chat. But here we are. Eddie, you looked like you had one of the more divine weekends. I watched and I observed and I sort of, at an arm's length, I didn't want to get too, I didn't want to talk to you, I didn't want to annoy you, I didn't want to distract you, I didn't want to bring you out of that, what looked like an oasis-like getaway.
Mate, it was one of those weekends where it sort of snuck up on me. Like I was aware of it, but I paid it no attention. Ella was gifted this weekend away, and she was like, "When can I lock you in?" We had to keep moving it because I had to keep having shit on, or something would pop up with the potty. You had to keep moving it. And then when it started to finally roll around, I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, fuck yeah, I can get around this." Because I haven't been further south, Tom. I discovered this. I hadn't been further south in the great state of New South Wales than Ulladulla.
Oh, fucking hell, not south at all.
Is Ulladulla south of Milton?
I thought it was pre-Milton, but I don't really know. That's a vibe.
So there's
Yeah, Ulladulla. I hadn't been further south of Ulladulla, punters and dribblers.
It's a whole lot of fun. Funland, Ulladulla Indoor Park.
Love that, dude. I love that. I got down to Mossy Point, punters and dribblers, near Bruley, I think it is. Beautiful part of the world, Bruley.
How far's the drive?
Forgive my pronunciation. Listen, it's about 4 hours, Tom, give or take a couple of mins, depending on traffic, depending on bullshit, depending on what you're doing. Let's just call it a neat even 4.
Yep.
Got down there Friday and nipped into this place called the Oaks Ranch, right? Which was on a golf course, 9 holes. Okay.
I want to go to this place already.
There's golf carts just sitting there. You can nip on, right? It's not the best course in the world, but it's a long way from the worst, punters and dribblers. The king of content. No, but it's a goat track,
Yeah,
but in a great way.
Isn't it more about you're down there, you're basically just being given things to do. It's like, you
Correct.
go to a house and it's got a pool table. It might be fucked up, but it's like, I'm playing pool.
No, you're absolutely right. And I didn't want that to sound negative. And in no way was it meant to be. It was fucking sensational. We get in there, couple of cocktails on arrival, a nice touch.
Fucking oath, it's a nice
touch.
May as well be getting a Remy on entry.
Listen, are they worlds away? No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Give me a free cocktail on arrival, you may as well start licking my bum off. They're pretty much the same thing.
They are. They're in the same wheelhouse.
They certainly are. The sun was shining, Tom. It was hot.
Yep.
The kit came off. Couple of afternoon cockies by the pool. Bit of sun on the chest. Dinner that night.
I noticed you're wearing a shirt that we're not wearing.
I was wearing a shirt.
Should we put them on?
You want to put them on now?
Well, I think we should. 'Tis the season.
Do you want to go get them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't get them. Dave gets them. Dave will get them. Bang. I was wearing this shirt by the pool, and it looked fucking amazing. Yeah, I liked it. You were working that thing. I felt, obviously, because I was dressed the part, but I felt so horizontal on Friday, Saturday. I can't even tell you. just so horizontal. Great dinner. Fucking, we were in the oyster territory, Tom. It was oyster country. It's oyster country down there, punters and dribblers. Obviously, you got Bateman's Bay, you got the Clyde River. Clyde works the oyster. Works it into a real frenzy. Shout out to the Clyde River and shout out to Clyde, who I believe the Clyde River named after.
Bradley Clyde?
I think Clyde was an oysterman.
Oh, really? Got the whole fucking river named after him.
They just called him Clyde because he fucking knew an oyster like nobody's business.
Well, they called him Clyde? Is it Clyde an oyster? Is that a...
No,
Who came first, Clyde or the oyster?
Well, it's chicken or the egg. It's hard to know.
It's Clyde or the oyster.
Clyde or the oyster. But the Clyde does spit out some fantastic rock oysters. Punters and dribblers know that and know that they were consumed by the dozen. Where's my tally at? 12, 24, 36. I think there was 48 done over the weekend. I think
48.
Could be.
Wow.
Could be fucking.
That's some aphrodisiac stuff there, buddy.
Listen. I won't say anything about the extracurriculars, Tom.
No.
I will say this, though. I don't walk around with a raging heart on when I eat oysters. I know people pretend like that's a thing,
no,
but
I don't.
I just, listen, maybe I'm eating them wrong. Maybe I'm eating them too quickly. I don't know. Maybe I'm eating too many, but I'm not rock hard after I've had 6 oysters. You know
Is an aphrodisiac meant to give you an erection or is it just meant to make you horny?
I think it's meant to help a bit. I'll find out exactly what an aphrodisiac
Like to
is,
just make you, help get you horny or help get you hard?
It's meant to, I think, get horny, not get hard.
Yeah. I don't need a lot of help with that.
Now, well done, buddy.
Well, yeah, it's alleged to increase libido, sexual desire, sexual attraction, sexual pleasure, or sexual behavior.
There you go.
Listen, the oyster, undefeated, really. These were so fresh too, Tom. You didn't need to fuck around. I've told you many times the sign of a good oyster is how much seawater's still in that bad boy. It's a sign of freshness and when they were shucked, punters and dribblers. If they're dry, they were shucked that morning, they've been sitting in the fridge and they've fucked them for you. These were just drowning, all of them. You didn't need lemon, you didn't need vinaigrette. You could use it if you wanted to, but I barebacked a lot of them.
Sometimes I think it's nice to have the option of the vinaigrette to punch it up, but then you bareback a few and you get that nice creamy, honest oyster taste.
Yeah, like just that salt water vibe that I couldn't get enough of. So they got bareback, know that. Nipped down to Narooma one day, Tom. Beautiful part of the world. Hadn't been to Narooma before, obviously, because I hadn't been south of Ulladulla.
South Coast fucks, dude.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. I will say this. Just wanted to shout out the great state of New South Wales for once again going the big lift on behalf of its people. I mean, you can't top New South Wales. It's got no quit in it.
No. And shout out to every other state from a respectful position here, but like West Australia, you got Sharks, South Adelaide, South Australia, you got Sharks, Victoria, like I'm going to go swimming into those shithole beaches. Queensland, Irukandji, fucking swimming up your pee hole, kill ya. Crocs. New South Wales, Goldilocks zone.
It plays top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Sure, we got some Sharks, but by and large, it's just Goldilocks zone, top to bottom, and beaches of pure unadulterated glory. And it kind of doesn't need to be spoken for any more than that.
No, it doesn't. I just felt like mentioning it, the greatest state of all. And if you'd experienced my weekend, you'd be along for the ride. You'd go, holy shit, this state doesn't quit, has no quit in it. It's quitless.
Yep.
It's undefeated. No losses on its record. So that was a fucking glorious Saturday, mate. More oysters, more seafood, more Mai Tais. Oh, God. I tell you what, quarter deck, one of Hems's joints, that motherfucker's just...
Smart.
He's just good at his job.
He's good at his job.
David hate him for some fucking weird reason, but the guy's great at his job.
Dave probably worked for him though as well.
He just rolls out. He rolls out. He rolls out a quality product, Tom.
Yep.
He rolls out a quality product. Now I hadn't had a Mai Tai since I was in Hawaii last year. Don't know what the fuck Mai Tais are doing on his menu, but here they are. Mai Tais staring me dead in the fucking face, and I think to myself, it's a Mai Tai day.
Yeah.
And can I tell you something, Tom? It was.
What's in a Mai Tai?
Rum, pineapple juice.
I think some of them might have pineapple. It's rum, lemon, lime, orange liqueur, so
Orange liqueur,
Curacao,
that's what I'm looking for.
and orgeat syrup.
They're fucking unbelievable. And
sounds
I'm
like
not
living.
ruling them out for a certain Christmas party. Honestly.
Oh,
They're
really?
that good.
So are we adding another cocktail? Or
I
are
think,
we...
well, listen, they could take spot number 2.
Dude,
Honestly.
I
Because
am
spot
gonna-
number, because spot, like, with spot number 1's taken, the spot number 2 we've been discussing,
Yeah.
which is where the Mai Tai may go, was potentially with another beverage, which I think can get a bit smacky after too many.
I think they can all get a bit smacky. You know what we're going to have to do, Eddie? And this is the only way that I'm going to feel comfortable to decide the second cocktail at the Christmas party. We're going to have to go and fucking road test a couple.
Have you had a Mai Tai before?
I think I have, but I certainly don't know what's in it. Like, not enough. I certainly know what
You don't
our
want to go in
competitor is.
blind.
I don't
You
want to
don't
go in
wanna
blind.
Yeah.
And I know. I mean, I don't know why we're not saying what the second one is.
I don't know either. It's a daiquiri.
No, it's pina colada.
No, pina colada.
Pina colada.
And I love pina coladas.
You're on a Mai Tai high.
I'm on a Mai Tai high. I've come back from Oyster Country with a real taste for Mai Tais. I can't help it. I can't hide it. I won't deny it, Tom.
What about Dave? What if Dave makes us some cocktails for Wednesday's show?
Can you make it? Because you're a cock. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
I can do a Mai Tai.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do that.
I'll tell you what else as well. It's not appropriate for the setting, I don't think, but martinis have never missed either.
No, they haven't, but I
But
don't think they're appropriate.
No, they're not. But
No.
I feel like saying
No, that's you're absolutely
because they
right.
also got pounded within an inch of their life.
Big Day Rosé also doesn't miss, on sale right now, hellosport.shop. Just thought while we're talking alcohol,
We are talking alcohol.
because that'll also be the Christmas party. But Big Day Rosé is still on sale right now, hellosport.shop. Will probably be on sale for this week and then off again. It'll be gone. So get that shit. Thank you to everyone who's got some already. Perfect for the warmer months.
Perfect for horizontal season, perfect for silly season. It's also rosé season, if you didn't know. It's good for the festive season, Tom.
Dude,
it's good
this
for
is
the
a-
New Year's
yeah,
season.
yeah,
it's
it
good
is.
for the New Year season. It's just perfect for all occasions, punters and dribblers. Obviously, it will be at the Christmas party. That goes without saying. We are just trying to work out what the second cocktail will be.
Yeah.
Thus, the Pina Colada versus Mai Tai
Mai Tai
showdown.
situation. We're going to have that showdown. That will be on the Thursday pod.
There's a showdown.
Yeah. It's basically
It's a face-off.
It's going to be dedicated to.
It's a cock-off.
It's a cock off.
Thursday cock-off.
Thursday cock off.
Do not miss it. Do not miss it. Then, Tom, I mean, just so, vibes are high, things are good. Also, room service, okay? Like, this place isn't that big, and you might think to
Were there
yourself...
many people there? It didn't look like you had many people even around.
I wasn't drowning, dude.
I want to go.
Can I tell you something? If I'm you and you're getting fucking old as shit quick, but just hear me out. It was the sort of place, Oaks Ranch, Mossy Point, shout the fuck out, that you would go, I'm booking this bitch, the whole thing, for like a 35th or a 40th. Bring your partners down. You've all got a room each. Sheila's sit by the pool. Boys playing golf. Fucking just
How
have the...
fucking much do we think that's going to cost some little podcasters?
You don't have to pay for everyone.
Oh, I thought you were saying booking it out. I'm like, Jesus
No.
Christ, what do you think I'm made of?
As in, you come down with your missus. Let's have a beautiful weekend.
I
That's
love
what
that.
I'm fucking
No, I like
saying.
that. Okay, maybe for my 35th.
It wasn't implying you pay for everyone, mate.
It's like, holy fuck, dude. You know that I can't afford that.
Well, I'm thinking that...
Unless I can. How much is it worth?
Well, I'm thinking your friends can probably just go, you know what, I will do that for the weekend. That
Yeah,
sounds
that'd be
lovely.
nice. Well, why wouldn't you? And I'm assuming no children.
Listen,
I'm cool with that.
there were kids there. It's not an anti-kid place, but I think just for the benefit of your own 35th or 40th, you just go, nah.
40 seems like a while away.
We'll do 35.
Yeah, I'm a real...
Actually, 35 is perfect.
because it's a bit still ripping and teary.
Yeah. And when we got down there, I'm like, where are we? I couldn't get my bearings. Fucking 2 minutes from the beach.
And you'd never been that far
20
south.
minutes
of course
from
you'd have
Bateman's
your bearings.
Bay. 40 minutes from Narooma. Terrific. Sunday, woke up, played golf. Check out
Ella
Breaking
just
the-
drove around.
Yeah, she drove. Well, filmed. She filmed me. That will be up on Breaking the Yips at some point.
Yep.
One of the great rounds ever played.
Oh, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
One of the great rounds ever played. But no one up my ass, Tom. No one up my ass. I tell you how many people were on the course. None.
Or two, you and Ella.
Me and Ella. I had the course to myself. I missed a hole, went back and played it. No fucking dramas. No one around.
Did you miss the hole?
Yeah, I just missed it. Just skipped it. Just skipped it.
Lost a club as well, eh?
Lost. That's how relaxed I was, punters and dribblers. Left my fucking driver on the tee and played like the next 3 holes without it. Didn't need it. It was like par threes and shit, but just
that relaxed.
Just left it on the ground.
It looked so relaxing, dude.
I just left it on the ground.
There's also, and I don't know if this is entirely correct, but it's certainly vibe-based, and I'd be willing to stake my life on it. Anything that has the name ranch in it, probably one of the more relaxing places you're ever going to go to.
It was ranch life, dude.
Unless it's called Neverland Ranch or the Manson Ranch, whatever that one was. Other than those two, I think.
Well, there's a couple of ranches that we'll strike from the list, but I'm not gonna throw the word ranch away because a couple of bad eggs.
No, exactly.
A couple of bad seeds, Tom. Absolutely not. Oaks Ranch, the food was terrific, Tom. Breakfast free, and good breakfast too, not scat breakfast, not like annoying shit breakfast.
Yeah.
Good breakfast.
Like,
breakfast.
here's free breakfast. And
True breakfast.
Yeah, that's nice. That's living. Is it buffet breakfast?
No, you order from the man.
That's play on as
Can
well.
I tell you something? Buffets are overrated.
No, but they aren't though. Because
yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Incorrect.
Buffets
Incorrect,
generally, on the whole. No, okay, put it this way.
Depends.
More buffets are bad than good. Yep.
I'll tell you what it is.
Correct.
I'll tell you what it is.
That is correct.
No, it's not correct, Eddie. And listen, I'm prepared.
Most places don't put in the effort required for an elite buffet.
No, the thing that you need to understand with a buffet is that you need to know what a buffet is, right? Like, you're not going to go and expect 5-star buffet. Like, that's just never going to happen. If you get
it does. It does it.
Sometimes it
does
happens.
at the races.
Different. Very different.
So that's a buffet.
No, but that's a buffet. But you're not going to get that at a hotel buffet, I'm talking.
Well,
right?
you can at some hotels.
Some, but they're usually the exception that proves the rule. That most buffets are, you're going to have some scrambled eggs that are just like so, they'll get the job done. Some bacon that is either way too crispy or fucking uncooked, but there is a few in there that are worth eating. Those little sausages, like buffets are less about the quality and more about the fact that you've just got, you're a hungry child running and skipping through a field full of food. Then you go to these places where it's amazing, and obviously that's great. But buffets on the whole, like, you're just sort of you got to lower your expectations on the buffet.
See, I don't think I get as giddy as some do about just the opportunity of mouthing 50 sausages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're not a buffet guy. That's all right. Listen, we are who we are. Now, I am a humongous buffet guy, but obviously, given recent conversations with recent medical practitioners, no longer a buffet guy as it currently sits.
Yes, until
maybe
some updated data.
Some updated data, and then obviously I will look to undo all of my good work at a buffet, probably in Las Vegas.
Yes. Forgot about Las Vegas. There's a lot coming up that I'm excited about as a young Australian, punters and dribblers.
Yeah.
A lot to be excited about.
Yeah.
A lot to get a little bit giddy over, to be honest.
Very giddy. Well, we've almost got a buffet of things coming up.
I've got dude, seriously, from here until mid-Feb? No. March. From now until March, I am a kid in a candy store, a Burmah in a buffet.
Burmah at a buffet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I am,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
Pumped up.
Absolutely.
But, Tom, I've come back with my soul invigorated.
Yeah, a nice, healthy, honest weekend.
The Oaks Ranch, Mossy Point. Not an ad, but an ad. But not an ad. I'm not getting paid to do it, but I'm shouting out quality when I see it and experience it, and it's as simple as that.
I'm fucking dead keen to go.
You'd froth it down. You would froth it.
Yeah, it looked very nice. It looked very fucking floppy. Horizontal and floppy.
Cabanas.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You get me high. Like ranches, cabanas, 9 holes of golf.
Drinks by the pool.
Drinks by the pool.
Cocktails. What do you want?
Rimmies. Phenomenal stuff. Oysters, Clyde River. Get fucked. Are you kidding me?
Rock oysters.
Clyde.
Shout out
Freshest
Clyde.
you can find. Shout out to Clyde, Bradley Clyde. I had a different weekend, Eddie. I still had a good weekend, but again, mine much more of I had a wholesome family weekend. Did go out Friday night. First time Dad's been out for a while on a Friday night. Went to a gig.
Did you?
Yeah, went to
Did you
a
wear
gig,
your singlet?
No, I didn't wear the singlet.
You didn't wear the gig singlet?
Didn't wear the gig singlet, mate. Well, to be honest, I don't know that.
Ginglet.
The giglet. I don't know where that's gone. But went and saw a friend of the show, Jack Chapman, Tim Burnett's band. Fig at the Oxford Art Factory. I've played a show there with my Dristos, but
Why Tim Burnett's band? Is he?
he's in it.
But you just said Jack. Shouldn't it be everyone's band?
Yeah, but they're the names that I don't know everyone's names in the band.
Right. Oh, you just made it just.
Oh,
sounded
Bolton's dude in my year actually at school was also there. Anyway, whatever. Went to go see him at Oxford Art Factory. Good band. Check him out. Fig. Good fun. It was
So
nice.
Tim Burnett, not Tim Berners-Lee,
Who the fuck is that?
the inventor of the World Wide Web.
Fuck. Now you say it. Maybe it was him. Maybe it was him there at Oxford Art Factory singing on Friday night. Either way, it was just good.
So it was or wasn't the English computer scientist that invented the World
I
Wide
can't
Web?
confirm now. You've got me pretzeled, dude. Tim Berners-Lee? Shit. It could have been him. It could have been him. There wasn't as much internet rhetoric as I would have expected in the lyrics.
Right. Maybe he's over it. He's on the new stuff.
True, maybe.
You know, like it's like an artist is like they get famous for something and then they go, I'm over it, and then they start playing something else and then no one gives a fuck about them anymore.
That's true, yeah. Like, so it could be one of those things where it's like, oi, play your classics about coming up with www. But again, I don't know.
Okay.
I was pissed, so I can't really remember. But it was just good to get out and amongst the young'uns again, you know what I mean? Back in the fucking thick of it.
How'd you dance? Were you dancing?
No, I wasn't dancing. It wasn't sort of super dancey. It was like sort of more chilled shit. I just leant up against a pole, fucking got to my work. But that was about it. Otherwise, Baby Central Saturday, Streety, Jerry came over with all their kids. Our house was fucking just pumping with fucking, 1 to 3 year olds all Saturday. That was it.
Shit.
There's no
High octane stuff.
mate, real high.
98,
Oh yeah,
unleaded.
yeah, big stuff. So there was no cocktails, there was no ranches. It was fucking
No ranching?
very different lives.
No rock oysters?
No,
Down at Narooma?
no,
With a Mai Tai?
no,
Two.
so-
Or three?
no, there wasn't. I did have tequila, but that was mainly just a cope. I got sunburn as shit. Went to the beach, and my skin. I was trying to just get a good base coat up. Didn't really pay.
How's your
attention.
base coming along?
Well, what do you reckon? Obviously,
Bit of work to do. The arms are all right.
I reckon that's not too bad for a base.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry for the fucking sexy chest hair punters and
No,
dribblers.
no, that's not bad.
Not a bad base, but that was burnt. I'm not encouraging you to get burnt punters and dribblers. That's not what we want.
No, that's not a bad base.
But I can't help it. I do go brown, but I just fucked myself on the weekend.
No, it's not a bad base, man.
As always, punters and dribblers, brought to you by our good friends at Neds. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about here with Neds, Eddie.
What is it?
The number one betting platform on planet Earth. Obviously, there's the new profiles section where you can come and see, you can follow along social media-esque, different profiles. Myself and Eddy are on there. Tobler, much less interesting, but he is on there. Sebo's on there.
Tobler, not interesting at all.
Not
But
interesting.
He's on there.
He's on there, but he's not interesting. Now you can sort of see what everyone's betting on. There's a bit of an accountability element to the profiles tab, which is nice. I've had one successful bet.
Well done, mate.
No, that's not.
Oh, is that bad?
Well, I'm out of form.
Well, you didn't specify if it was a 1 from 1 or is it 1 from?
No, I got it. You see my bets on there, but I'm not in a rich vein of punting form,
That's okay, mate.
and that is represented on my profile.
Puzzle Dribblers Neds have just been continually upping their game in terms of their app as well, I've noticed. Like improvement after improvement after improvement, Tom.
Yep.
I think it's now at a point where it's best in class.
Yeah, the user experience.
The
to me,
UX, Tom?
The UX. Thank you. I didn't know whether
You're a jargon guy.
I didn't know whether people would have known the acronym, so I went user experience, and then you said UX. So now if we say UX from here on out, you get it.
UX at Neds, unbelievable.
Best in class UX.
Absolutely the best in class. Also got the profiles. Also got the About Even group. Code is Dribbler.
Yep.
So check that out. Follow along. A lot of fun. Shout out to Neds. Best in class.
See you there. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website. Dave locked himself out of his house on the weekend and also didn't pay his rent, so it's probably been the fucking...
Jesus,
The
man.
rent is paid now.
Get it together.
The
You
rent
gotta
wasn't
hide a key, bruh.
I know. Well, it's like an apartment complex with a buzzer for the lobby, so there's not really anywhere to hide it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Just
you
get
got
one
to
of those
think outside the
padlock
box,
thingos.
mate.
Yeah, could
You
get
got one of those padlock ones, don't you?
That fucking thing doesn't open anymore.
Oh, see, there you go. When I was trying to use it, it wasn't fucking opening. And you're like, oh, you're fucking idiot.
No. That's because you weren't clearing it.
No, but it was clearly falling apart when I was there.
It's just they say, "Oh, this one's good for fucking out in the elements because like you can hide it and shit." And so I got one of them, and then it fucked out, and then I got another one, and it's fucked out.
Yeah, they're
it's just
locked.
like it's just locked to my fence now forevermore.
Well, you can get like some angle grinder in there, or fucking just come cut it off.
Can I be fucked to do that?
I don't even know how you would, to be honest, Eddie. I'd be lying to you if I said I did. Whilst we are talking, gentlemen, David, I would ask for you to quickly peruse. I believe the NRL Draw has been released for 2024.
I saw the Origin, actually. Now,
The Origin, what do you mean? Isn't that the same time? Or?
well, as in Origin's been released as well, obviously.
Has it changed?
Did we have Game 3 this year?
No.
Who the fuck had Game 3? Was it us?
It's really the meaning is gone from it in that regard, because it's like if one game's in fucking...
Because we're back to Game 1 and I'm trying to work out if we've even fucking had one.
Game 3 was in New South Wales.
Oh, God.
Great. But where was Game 1? Adelaide went to it. Game 2, Queensland. So we lost both
So
of
Game
those,
1's
yeah, right.
in New South Wales next year and then Game 2's at the MCG.
I get they're taking it round. I do get it from a business perspective, but like, fuck.
Well, from a money in the piggy bank perspective, I get it. It makes sense. I like going to Las Vegas.
Yep. Correct. Love that.
Are they the opening games of the round, Dave?
What,
Yeah.
State of Origin?
Yeah.
No, the
Vegas.
games.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
So does everyone play the week after?
Yeah. So they have this is like week 0.
Yeah.
The
So,
Vegas.
Week 0.
so
okay.
Sunday, 3rd of March, Australia time. Will
Imagine
be,
if those dates came in, they were different.
And what we'd booked it all wrong.
We'd already booked it all wrong.
Holy
That would be so fucked.
That would be fucked. That would be fucked.
Yes.
So say that again, sorry?
Yeah, so Sunday Arvo, the 3rd of March, Australia time, is when it's Sea Eagles, Rabbitohs, and Roosters, Broncos.
Are they back to back?
Yeah, 1:30 and 3:30.
So they're Saturday night, the games.
That doesn't mean they couldn't change it if there was a biff on.
True.
Yep, and then the rest of the round starts the following Thursday, 7th of March.
Perfect.
Okay, so who's the rest? So what are the other games? Let's see.
Knights Raiders, but I did read there was some controversy that Channel 9 didn't want Knights Raiders to be the first Thursday night game.
I
of the
don't
year.
blame them.
Yeah,
With
but
respect.
It looks like that's been confirmed.
I was under the impression that the broadcaster, who shall not be named, was sort of like basically had the final say for which games they wanted and when.
Maybe because they've got these first ones.
Well, so like if I'm going down the round, keep going down, Dave. You
So
know,
they get
I'm
Friday.
I'm probably taking Eels Bulldogs and moving that.
Well, that's Saturday. They don't even have that.
But I'm just wondering if like how much power they have.
But why would they want that?
Because it's better than Knights fucking Raiders.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a battle of the West.
Yeah, but the Dogs are shit. Although, you've got Bronson Cherry there, you got Crichton there.
There's more narrative,
There's a
mate.
bit more narrative. But then, look, I see what you're saying. But the Knights were fucking prelim finals, and the Raiders just missed out in the final, or did they make it?
No, they made it.
They made it, yeah. So they're better. They're better teams. Like,
Yeah. So it was reported that Channel 9 asked NRL for a last-minute draw change to change that Thursday night game to Bulldogs-Eels, but then that was denied.
look at you.
so smart.
Give me some of that, buddy. Well
Fuck,
done.
I'm just intelligent. I'm
That's
so
good stuff
intelligent.
from you.
so
Kid knows his TV rights.
I'm a rights guy. Just dialed the fuck in. Storm
How
Panthers.
disrespectful to the fucking...
Storm Panthers
Knights,
Friday night's a
Raiders.
big one.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Storm Panthers, there's a lot of talk around now that this could break Storm's 22-year streak of not losing a round one fixture.
Good. Fuck the
Bit
Storm.
of narrative.
Panthers did lose
Who
last
are we?
year, though.
Are we taking on the Bunnies?
Yep.
Yep. Are we game one?
Yes. That's good. We get that out of the way, from by the sounds of it. Now, listen, obviously, nothing confirmed, but where we'll get to enjoy the game from.
Nothing confirmed.
Nothing
That's actually
confirmed.
that email's going out today.
That's going out today. Nothing confirmed, but
That email going out today.
that email going out today. But if what was said to us is to be
We'll take it at face value.
taken at face value, which I always would with the gentleman we were speaking to.
Well, he was divine.
Yeah, exactly. Of grandson of God sort of vibes. Son of Christ.
Son of Christ, grandson of God.
Then
Dolphin
we'll
cows, nice, like
get
that.
to
That's
enjoy
good.
it at one of the real fucking...
Buys, Tigers. Yep, that's absolutely 100%.
That makes
spot
perfect
on.
sense. Give them 2 points early, though. Get them top in the table.
Just leave them out of proceedings. Just go, you're not wanted this round. No offense, but also massive offense.
But also, we mean it.
And also, here's a little kickstart. Take your little 2 points.
Colour 2 points. Get you off.
There you go. Off you go. Bit of momentum. Take momentum and run with it, West Tigers. Take the 2 points and run with the momentum because you'll fucking need it.
Yeah, you will. Can you... Yeah, what's round 2?
Yeah. So just Fox Sports have done a bit of a write-up about the draw. They've said that
let's do that instead of going through every round.
So the Sharks have apparently been handed the softest draw.
Shock horror.
Yeah. They play 8 teams against this year's bottom 4 sides. So they play all the bottom 4 sides twice. And they also...
Bullshit. All of them.
Yep. And they also play the fewest matches against top 8 teams.
Listen, whatever. They can't get it done when it matters, so who gives a fuck?
Listen, they hate finals footy. So even if they get there, they go loss, so it doesn't matter.
I wonder whether as a side, you're better off playing better quality teams. If you're going to be there, if you're any chance of winning it, you have to beat better teams, right? Is it better to play good sides or just play against fucking losers?
Well, the problem with the Sharks, though, Tom, is even if you play losers or you play strong sides, if you're allergic to September football, which they are, it doesn't matter.
But you know how sometimes you need to be, if you're allergic to shit, I think when you're a child, they give you little bits of exposure to it so that your immune system is built up to it. So I'm maybe they need a little bit more exposure to quality rugby league sides so that their allergies dissipate. And then by the time finals footy rolls around, it's I'm actually no longer allergic to it.
I completely agree with what you're saying. I think on this occasion with the Sharks specifically, they're just that that really allergy-ridden kid that will die if he smells peanuts.
Yeah, okay, right.
You know what I mean?
EpiPen in the sock of every player during a game.
That's right. They need to almost play their finals footy with EpiPens.
They're certainly the most allergic team in the NRL.
Comfortably. It's not even close.
Okay, what else we got?
So they've pretty much said here that the Storm have the hardest draw. We've got 12 matches against top 8 teams and 6 matches against the other 3 sides who made up the top 4.
Good. We like to hear that. The Storm need them because everyone's sick of you. How about the fact that your Storm side is looking to offload fucking Pappenhausen because he's injured? Do you feel like your club's a bunch of fucking dogs for that or what?
I think offering up is maybe too strong. I think he's able to explore his options.
Imagine if your fucking misso said that to you, Dave. How would you feel like that? You can go and explore your options. Now, maybe that'd sound cool. I don't know. But, you're we've got this new Farlongo guy.
No, but I think it's more if she goes, you can explore your options because I'm exploring mine. If she says that, alarm bells ring.
Yep.
Look,
the former, you could maybe potentially perceive that as a little bit of spice.
It's not an ideal situation, but then it's kind of come to that because we've had this young gun, Farlongo, who's played 1 NRL game and 3 internationals, and now he's the greatest player ever, which I'm in support of. But
so you're in support of fucking letting Pappy look elsewhere?
No, I'm not in support of that. I'm in support of Farlongo being the next big thing, which is just the problem that we've had,
It sounds like you're
Nico
pro.
Hines, Hughes, Munster, all these great fullbacks coming through. We're just a fullback factory and we can't keep up with ourselves.
You've always had a loyalty problem in Melbourne.
Yep.
Always.
I can't imagine
what have you
how
done for
one
me
would
lately
think that.
mentality.
Yeah.
Never mind that we've had the greatest number of games played by a single player at a single club. We had
because he just so happened to be the greatest player of all time. So
After Joe,
if he was dog
loyal
shit,
to him.
If he was dog shit, well, after Joe, obviously. If he was dog shit, you would have let him go long ago.
Well, if he was dog shit, then we should have let him go.
Well, if he just wasn't that good, or if you had some new
poor
hot
old Pappy
thing.
just gets a little bit injured, and you're like, nah, see you, mate.
Sorry, Pappy.
That's not what happened.
Free to explore your options, dude.
You're putting words in their mouth.
Well, you seem
am
to be
I?
supporting it.
Yeah.
They've told him to shop himself around.
And then they've denied it. And then he was like, fucking whatever, someone will want me. There's a lot going on there, and we're paraphrasing and poorly reflecting the reality of the situation. But what we do know...
I stand with the Storm, and I stand with
Well, I don't know that anyone cares about that sentiment, but your team obviously dogging Pappy.
Well, whatever. We'll win the premiership.
We stand with Pappy, right? That's what we stand with.
Tom and I are anti-dog, anti-woof woof.
Yeah. Any other things that we can glean from that draw?
Yeah, not heaps. I mean,
how's Manly's draw? Do they talk about Manly? Anything
they don't
Manly
really talk
related?
about
You
Manly
talk
in this
about the
article.
Storm like we give a fuck.
We can go through the Manly draw, but the Panthers are facing Storm, Eels, Broncos, and Roosters all in the opening month.
Wow. Blockbuster City off the rip for them.
Yeah.
That's a big month.
Rabbitohs have the most games on free to air. They got 14 matches on free to air, one more than Penrith and Brisbane.
Sounds
Sweet.
about right.
Yeah.
Well, Broncos usually.
Warriors and Canberra, the only top 8 teams from this year to not have at least 10 games on free to air.
Warriors and
Canberra.
Warriors never get free-to-air games.
Raiders are the New Zealand of Australia. In the
Why don't
sense of
Warriors
like,
get free-to-air games? Because they're not in Australia. Now, what about those Manly Seagulls?
let's
Rabbits, Roosters.
Look at that new logo. Fuck
Eels,
yeah, dude.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We didn't have the greatest
Rabbits,
stuff.
Roosters, Eels, Dragons, layup.
Okay, hold on.
Actually,
We need to get fucking... we need to get... What's his face over to this side of
Dragon.
the country? Mad Dragon.
30th of March.
We got to get onto him now.
watch him pull out.
Yeah, he will. Mad
Then-
Dragon, if you're listening.
Then the Panthers. Fuck me, dead.
Again?
No, not again.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, right. So we got Rabbitohs, Roosters, Eels, Jesus, Dave.
Eels,
quick
Dragons, Panthers.
Warriors,
in New Zealand.
Titans.
So yeah, you got a New Zealand, then Gold Coast back to back.
Then Eels again.
This is not a great draw.
Raiders. Fish,
Dolphins, There we go.
Broncos,
So
fucking hell,
Magic
Storm.
Round. That's magic round there.
Oh, that's fucking
17th.
oath. Mate, we've got... Listen, dude. I mean, you got to beat... If you want to beat the guys, you got to beat the guys, right?
Don't hate a round 13 bye. We had one really early this year.
I don't
Whereas
mind
you
a
get
round
into your
13
work
bye.
there and
Yeah.
you can put the feet
Come at the
up.
right time. Then Penrith again off the bye. I like Penrith off a bye.
Like Penrith off a bye. We like
Another
Penrith
Dragons
off a bye.
at Brookie.
This is around. That's around Origin time as well. So they might be missing some men.
Ooh, that's nice as well.
That's not bad.
9th of June.
We got two options as well for old mate. If you can't do the Saturday, you can do the Sunday.
He's got to do one of them though. You can't dog it, Mad Dragon.
Well, if he commentates footy like he reckons, that's usually on Saturday.
See if we can get him flying over. You'd have to get a fucking red eye.
What's at 2 p.m.? Oh, fully.
WA.
Yeah, fuck. Anyway, we'll work that out. We'll work that out, punters and dribblers.
Then around
shout out to
17
Manly.
buys. I like our buys.
Shout out to Manly.
Punters and dribblers, you've heard us mention it the last couple of weeks. And Wednesday night this week, that's 15th of November, the Archie Gray charity cricket game. Let me just quickly remind myself the location of it. Pratton Park, I believe, is the park, but I'm not a huge park guy, so I can often forget. Pratton Park, kid nailed it. Ashfield, Western Suburbs Cricket v Manly Cricket Club. Archie, 17-year-old kid, passed away very sadly last year of brain cancer. Quite the cricketer. I think he was playing second grade at 17. Again, I'm not a good cricketer, so that seems quite intimidating for a young buck. But sadly, lost his life to brain cancer. His dad, Andrew, is putting on a charity cricket day. There's shitloads of people there who are going to be there. We will be making it down as well. But Steve Menzies, Michael Hooper, Brett Lee, let me just check a couple more here on my phone. Billy Peden, Mark Hughes himself, Ned Brockman, friend of the show, Reed Marnie, Aidan Caesar, Appy Coruscant, Pat Richards, Jaden Sullivan, Edward Simpson. But it'll be a good day, a good evening, 5:30 till 9 ish. So get down there, come along, and you can donate. It'll be streamed on KO as well. All for a good cause, though. And shout out to Archie's dad, Andrew, because I don't know how the hell you deal with something like this, but it's just testament to him to be able to sort of try and make something good out of a fuck situation. Anyway, Wednesday, November 15. We'll see you there. Now, Eddie, when we talk Las Vegas Formula One, who do we do it for?
We do it on behalf of our good friends at Code. There's a lot of Las Vegas rhetoric getting around at the moment, and I'm fucking here for it.
I'm here for it.
Now, I believe Dior Dave of... I hope you've on the ones and twos over there, bruh. I believe this is the first time they've held the event in Las Vegas. Spent a fucking shitload of money.
Yeah, so this is the first time since 1982 that America has held 3 Grand Prix in a year. There's a bit behind this because the company that has taken over Formula One used to be Bernie Eccleston's company who owned it. Now it's owned by an American company.
Bernie's still with us?
Bernie's still with us.
Yeah.
Bernie's still
Old
with
as fucking Methuselah, though, dude.
I think Bernie got whacked with one of the great fines all time recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What for?
I think he was avoiding his taxes potentially.
The rich often do that, don't they, Eddie? Fuck.
Generally speaking, yeah. But Bernie's still with us. Bernie's still doing the damn thing. Bernie fucking old.
I think Bernie may have shot off a dusty old ghost load and might be like the oldest living father on the planet at like 90-something. I know we're here to talk about the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and we are doing it thanks to good friends at KO. You can catch the fucking race on KO, but I want to hear about Bernie Ecclestone's ghost loads if possible. What's the date of this of the Grand Prix so that the dribblers can watch it?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, punters and dribblers. I believe the timing also delicious for the punter and the dribbler.
Yeah, about 5 p.m. Australian time.
Yeah,
5 p.m. Australian time, so it must be Saturday night, Las Vegas time, prime time, at night.
US sport, like the US time zone is good for it. It's cherry ripe for Australia.
It's unbelievable. Like the fights are always in the afternoon for us. Fucking amazing.
Yep. NFL when we're in here, like
exactly right. It's so good, the US time slot, and you've been served it up on a platter, punters and dribblers. If you are an F1 fan, if you want to become an F1 fan, I've been led to believe this is the race to do it. You get a cherry ripe layup of a fucking time zone. It's in Vegas. They've spent like $600 million in doing up the track, like repaving the roads and shit.
You want to fucking have paved roads. I've got a question.
Yes.
Can you please get us like the fucking current driver standings? So is Danny Ricks back or is he out with a broken arm?
Well, I think Danny's back. He raced the other week and did pretty well. Max Verstappen's killing it.
He seems to be unstoppable at the
He's
moment.
the man.
And then we've also got Piastri. Is that it? Is Piastri our guy?
Oscar Piastri, yes.
See the Aussie?
McLaren.
The Aussie, yep.
Who, and again, this is...
So look at Verstappen, 524 to 258 of Sergio Perez.
Okay,
his
so he's
teammate,
beating the fuck
absolutely
out of him,
pounding
right?
him into the earth.
Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris. Again, that's, I reckon Lando Norris might be the coolest name in world driving.
Lando Norris is a fucking great name.
Lando's a pretty dope name.
Lando is an unbelievable name.
Lando Norris.
Not a. Doesn't sound British. Lando.
No, it doesn't.
Sounds German.
Norris sounds British.
Norris is British, Tom. George Russell not going well for Mercedes.
Also, Charles Leclerc, a great name.
Great.
That's a Formula One name.
Lando Norris has Belgian heritage in him.
Okay. There you go.
There you go. That explains the Lando.
Lance Stroll, Aston Martin. Now, he is the son of the owner of the team. Not knocking him, just that's what he is. He's also the brother-in-law of Scotty James, Australian snowboarding god. Surfboarding. Okay, keep going down here. Valtteri Bottas.
Also
Nico
a good
Hulkenberg.
name.
Yeah.
Good names.
Valtteri Bottas, a great name. So is Esteban Ocon.
Nico Hulkenberg's a good name.
Yes, it is. Daniel Ricciardo.
There he
Logan
is.
Sargent.
Apparently Danny Ricks, someone was telling me this, don't shit down my throat, F1 fans. Josh Masood style, shout out to you. That Danny Ricks basically waited until his contract with, was it McLaren, had sort of, there was like a non-compete in there or something, so he got his full whack, his full payout, and then just jumped into this AlphaTauri Honda seat.
Oh, really?
Because he got paid out the arse at Renault, then he got paid out the arse at McLaren. Like, he's just drowning in coin now. Shout out to
Danny Ricks.
Danny Ricks. For just setting his life up. Yeah, he may not have won a world championship. Yeah, he may not win one. In fact, he won't. But
He might.
do you believe in miracles? I mean, Leicester City did it. I just respect a man who went out and got that paper.
The
You know what
bag.
I mean? Got that bag, and now he can do whatever the fuck
Well,
he
also
wants.
because they were trying to fuck him off. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you can get rid of me, bro, but I'm just going to wait until I get all of my cheddar,
Yeah.
and then I'll go.
I'm not leaving here with cheddar left in the fridge. You know what I mean? If I'm cleaning out this Airbnb, I'm
Yeah.
taking my cheddar with me.
Oh, you think I'm leaving that cheddar for the next guest? You can go and fuck yourself.
Absolute what?
I bought it. It's my cheddar.
You reckon I'm leaving that blue in there? For
I
the
worked
next
hard
guest?
for that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That mozzarella stain, you think? No, it's not.
No, thank you. Good on Danny Ricks.
F1 this weekend, punters and dribblers.
17th
Las
to the
Vegas
19th.
on KO, wall-to-wall action, wall-to-wall coverage. Do not miss it.
Qualifying, testing,
No
whatever
testing,
it is.
buddy.
No testing.
No testing.
What is it? Qualifying. Anything other than qualifying.
Practice,
Practice, there
qualifying,
you go.
and then race day,
Testing
mate.
and practice, same shit, right?
Except they're not.
Nah, but they are, Because practice, you're testing everything out. Are you not?
Good on you, buddy.
Thank you, mate.
Do you want some Bernie stats before we move
Oh,
on?
shit, yeah, the ghost loads.
So he's been married 3 times.
That's actually not many, considering.
It's a lot, dude. Think about
I mean, that's like
No,
one
but I mean,
marriage every
okay, put it
30
this way:
years.
Kim Kardashian's been married 3 times.
Yeah, I know. She's a fucking...
and she's only fucking 40 odd. Whereas the big fella, Bernie Eccleston of name precedes him fame,
Yeah.
has only been married
Can
3
you,
times.
but also like what, how, like did he front end or back end a lot of these in terms like, was he single for a lot of his life and then he went like bang, 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 or is this like marriages?
I thought you were asking if he was back ending a lot of these deals.
I wasn't.
So yeah, he's 93. So yeah, that's one marriage every 20 to 30 years since he's been old enough. He's got he's got a lot of kids. He's got 5 grandchildren, 2 daughters, and 3 grandsons. He's also
Hold on a second. You said he's got a lot of kids, and then you said he has 2 daughters.
no, did I say 2 daughters? He's got. Let's see, where's this? He's got 4 children. He's got
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Well, he's a great grandfather.
He'd
And
want to be at fucking 93.
But when was his last child?
So his current marriage, he got married in August 2012 to Fabiana Flossie, who is 46 years younger than him.
Yep.
His most recent son was born in July of 2020.
Wow.
Which puts him that he was 89 when his child was born, which puts him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th in terms of Wikipedia's list of oldest known fathers.
8th all time. I've got to tell
Or
you.
living. All time or living?
No, all time.
All time.
Oh my God, dude.
What's the oldest?
Sorry, 7th, not 8th. I can't count. So the oldest was in January 51. Someone called James E. Smith was 101 years old when Anna, his wife, aged 38, gave birth.
This is in 1951.
951. But
He was born in 1851. He's fathered a child who only now would be like, well, that would be what, like 70?
Yeah, I guess so. He claimed to have been born in 1849, but
been talking
records have disputed that he could have been at most 15 years younger.
Is there anyone alive right now who was born in the 1800s?
Yes. There's I think the oldest living person's like 100 and, oh, maybe not.
There's some
I
time, but
looked this
again,
up
how
the other
the fuck
day.
can you tell?
The oldest living person I think is 118.
116.
Okay.
There are all these ones that are like kind of unverified.
Yeah, they're like from a village somewhere, and they're like,
Yeah,
I was around
so
the
yeah,
1800s,
no.
and you're like, you look like it.
So
but
yeah,
like, how the fuck?
the official oldest living person is 116 years old.
Okay, so 1900, whatever.
Yeah, no 1800s left.
That's pretty fucking old though.
It's
And I'll
very
tell you
old.
what, the great and the powerful Bernie Eccleston getting a load off at the ripe old age of 89 is absolutely absurd. I've got to be honest with you, I didn't think the equipment worked at that age.
I think nature's given us fucking relatively, there's given us some longevity in the load department.
I'd almost feel like apologising to Jublets here, or like we have to go through menopause at fucking 50 odd, and old Bernie's out here knocking off loads well into his 80s.
Yeah, but
Basically not.
Robert De Niro had a kid lately as well.
And Pacino. Al Pacino's had a kid, and then the chick left him like that. Now he's paying 30 grand a month in child support, I read the other day.
30 grand a month.
And 100 grand up front. I don't understand how that system works, and I hope I never have to, but
I think it's basically like maintain the life
Which is crazy.
We came to be expected.
yeah, that's gnarly.
As opposed to what's the minimum you need?
What do you need? And
Well, minimum's probably the wrong way of
minimum,
saying
no.
it. What do you need?
What do you need to,
As
to be able
opposed
to
to-
provide a good standard of living for your child?
Exactly. As opposed to eating at Nobu fucking 6 nights a
Yeah,
week.
exactly. Brushing your teeth with caviar. Anyway, let's not get too far into that rabbit hole.
Absolutely not. Shout out to KO. Shout out to the F1. Shout out to Las Vegas.
I tell you what I started watching last night, just through happenstance. I was this is how I actually got onto it. Have you seen how the Beatles released a new song? Yeah, I know you're not a huge music guy, but like,
No, I didn't.
so, and there's this documentary on Disney streaming
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
No, so there's that documentary. This is this new one. It's like a 13-minute thing. So
That was a new one.
in the 90s, Yoko Ono of Broke Up the Beatles fame, she found an old demo cassette that John Lennon had recorded in like all his shit.
Yeah.
Took it to Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo, and they were like, I think maybe they recorded a few songs in the 90s, with some old John Lennon vocals.
Right.
And then this
When
one...
was he killed? Late
70,
late 80s?
70.
1980, I think it
Oh, I
was.
thought it was like 1970, like it was the end of the fucking Beatles and they got killed heaps.
No, not 1970.
okay.
Definitely
No, they
not.
broke them up.
Oh, yeah, right. Anyway, so they found this old demo. They a bunch of these songs. They tried to do this one that they just released the other day. They tried to do it back in 94, but the way the recording was so fucked up with the voice that you couldn't really use his vocals because it was like, again, very haggard. There's a piano that's over the top of it. But in trying to do it, George Harrison recorded his guitar parts and then they all recorded their bits. Didn't really work because of the vocals, so they just left it. They released, I think, a couple other ones and they were like, oh, we can't use this one. George Harrison then dies in 2001 or something. Mm. Then when making the Get Back doco, Andrew Jackson,
Peter.
What's his name?
Peter
Jackson of Kiwi Lord of the Rings fame. He directed that doco. Mm. They developed this technology for the documentary where basically you can separate all the audio. So they played through this fucking John Lennon cassette and they just separate his vocals and they separate the guitar and like, which is just like insane to be able to do. And so then they were able to use George Harrison's guitar parts that he'd made before he died when they first tried it.
Yeah.
And then Ringo and Paul got back in there and fucking finished the song. And then they released this, like, the last ever Beatles song. And initially I heard it, I was like, whatever. Couple of vegan gummies over the weekend and a bit more contemplative moments listening to it. And I'm like, this thing's fucking hectic. And also the story of how it was made and, like, it's the last ever Beatles song.
What's it called?
Now and Then.
And it's cool. It's actually, it's worth listening. It's already had like 17, what did it have on Spotify in like a few days?
I'll give that a listen.
It's had like fucking millions of plays. But again, just the idea, Now and Then, 20 million plays. It was at 17 2 days ago or a day ago.
Froth that.
Anyway, I was watching that doco on Disney, and then because it's a small thing, I just fucking...
And you felt like getting the drifts back together?
I thought, I went to the show on Friday night, then I see this doco, I'm like, okay, Drift's come back to, we're going to open, we're going to do a Hello Sport live show next year, and Drift's going to open.
Or close.
Or closed, you're right, whatever the mood is. We'll judge on the night. But I started watching that Welcome to Wrexham doco with Ryan Reynolds, and have you seen any of that?
No.
It's pretty good. Like, I don't have too much really to talk about on this. It's just that I was like...
I like Ryan Reynolds.
And you don't watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, do you? So you don't even get how fucking amazing Rob McElhenney is, who's the guy he does it with.
We used to watch episodes back in the day together.
He is, to me, I like him more than Ryan Reynolds. And I still like Ryan Reynolds. But, like, Always Sunny is one of the funniest shows ever.
I'm pretty sure that Ryan Reynolds, or we may have even talked about this on the podcast before, is like a prolific investor. Doesn't get a heap wrong. Like, very clued...
the fuck in. Which is how it sort of starts is Rob being like, you know, he's the guy, this guy who's working with obsessed with soccer, this English guy, and he's like, what the fuck are you so obsessed about it? And talking about how, like, basically relegation promotion was what got him really interested. He's like, so you can fucking go all the way if you really wanted to, the same way you can come all the way down.
Correct. Like
then he's talking about, like, buying a team, and he's like, well, you need fucking, he's like, all I have is TV money. I need fucking a Hollywood actor money. Yeah. And he's like, and not just actor money, I need fucking gin money. I need, and he goes through all these different companies that Ryan Reynolds has. He's got a cybersecurity thing that he's invested in, some other fucking thing. His net worth's like $350 million.
Yes, he's extremely wealthy.
Extremely wealthy.
I think it might be more than that since he sold that Mint mobile telco. Like,
that's it, mobile telco shit. Anyway, and it might be, I literally just Google it, right? Which you can't really trust too much of that shit. It was ballparked, but $350 million ain't bad. Anyway.
Ain't bad.
That's what I mean. I'm not,
Jesus.
I mean, if you want to rent out the ranch for all your friends for your 35th birthday, it'd be nice. Anyway, it's just
a fucking thing.
Yeah. It was just, it's a good show. I don't know. It's one of those things where I was like, fuck, I'm surprised we hadn't sort of checked in on this one earlier because it's like 2 seasons in now.
I really have always frothed the idea that you can go from the very, 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 very bottom, like playing around with the punters on a Sunday, all the way up to the Premier League. They're all linked.
Yeah.
The class of 95, so like Gary Neville, Phil Neville, fucking Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Beckham now, have all bought a team on the outskirts of Manchester called... Can you look up what their team name is?
Everyone's doing it now that these two have done it.
Salford City.
Salford City, I think they did it before that. I think they did it, and then I think Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while. They've got Salford City up to Division 2.
They took over in 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And they've got the team up
to
what would it be? Fourth division, Premier League, Champions, the Championship, then Div 1, Div 2. They're in Div 2.
Yep.
And they got them from fucking like
It'd
miles
be
down.
so much fun, dude.
Miles down, bro. Really fun. They had some billionaire who I think they fucked off, some like Southeast Asian billionaire.
Yeah,
was involved there.
Singaporean businessman Peter Lim.
And Wrexham seems like one of the great shitholes on planet Earth. And I say that with respect. That's kind of how it's painted in the doco. Absolute fucking shithole. Like their ground, they spent $100,000 to get their ground fixed, and then it didn't take. So they had to spend another $350,000 to get the whole turf redone.
Wow.
They had to they tried to buy the stadium, but within like one game,
Yeah.
they basically bought them. I think at the end of a year, they didn't make the promotion, and then the next day it was like 10 of the players gone, fucking coaching staff gone.
So look at Salford City is just a shithole.
That's even shitter than Wrexham. It looks
It's
like
a shithole, but they're trying to do it up and build new stadiums and shit there. Imagine if you got your team up to the Premier League. You just make so much money, and you'd be so.
I think it'd be more satisfying.
Your ego would be enormous. You wouldn't be able to get through doors. It'd be so satisfying.
Obviously, the cash would be nice, but it's not like these guys need cash. That would be fantastic. But
no, it's a flex.
it's just a fun, dude. I would be addicted to fucking
Getting them up.
yeah.
They've been in Div 2 for a while now. Salford City, maybe 4 or 5 years. It gets once you're up into that like elite level, which they're at now. The top 4 divisions are sort of like elite. Then, in context to the rest of the fucking leagues, I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard then to get further.
That's when it's really difficult,
Like the
yeah.
Championship's considered the hardest league in the world. It's like ruthlessly hard.
Yeah, right.
And most of the teams yo-yo up and down. Like if you go into the fucking Championship now, all those tides have been in the Premier League in the last 10 years, most of them. They just
Isn't
go up
like
and down, up and down, up and
isn't
down.
Tom Brady even fucking he invested in a Premier League side?
tell you
LeBron
what-
owns Liverpool, part of Liverpool, doesn't he? Or-
He invested in FTX, which went well for Tom.
but did he invest, or I think they just paid him to promote it?
No, I heard he lost 30 million. Can we
Which is
check that? I
that's
reckon
a blip in the
That's
ocean
got to
for
be.
Tommy.
It's got to be too much.
Who, LeBron or Brady?
Can you check
Who you
that?
talking
That's
about,
got to
LeBron
be
or
too
Brady?
much, Brady.
Why is that too much?
It just seems like that's an insane amount of money to lose.
I know someone who took like $500,000 out of FTX the day before it all shit
Get
itself.
fucked.
That's sus.
No, because it was all
Nah,
happening.
that's luck.
Because it was all online. No, it wasn't even. He was like,
Oh, no,
I was
he-
like, oh fuck, something's
right,
going on.
Right. How much did he lose?
Yeah, so he's reported to lose 30 million.
What?
Do you know what his contract is to commentate after career?
30 million cash though,
Dude,
Tom.
his contract to commentate after his whole career is more than the entirety of his career earnings. $350 million he's getting paid by Fox.
Over what time frame?
10 years maybe? I don't
Yeah.
know.
So it's so call it 170 after taxes.
It's 1 year though.
He's lost 30 in one fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
over
but
10 years.
he's at the level of it not really. Obviously, I'm not saying it wouldn't sting the kid.
Oh, it'd sting.
It'd sting
It
him.
would
30 million will sting you.
Oh fuck yeah.
That Bankman-Fried cunt, did he get?
He hasn't been sentenced.
Hasn't
but
been
he's found
sentenced.
guilty
He's
of
been-
all
yeah,
all
yeah.
counts. He is fucking borderline evil. He's like, oh, I didn't know. It's like you did know.
You did
cunt.
though now. It's time
You
to admit
set
it
up
now.
fucking back doors to steal cunts' money, and he's like, well, you know, we could have been better at managing risk. It's like, no, bro.
No.
You just stole people's money.
You were just in the Bahamas on
and you were
meth,
down in the
fucking
Bahamas getting fucking
Geek orgy.
shelved and rimmied to within an inch of your life by these little math nerds, and you lost your way, son.
geeks. Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Tom Brady of lost 30 million fame.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to say he's lost 30 million because
We're saying it here,
Well,
mate.
no, he received $30 million in now worthless stock. His wife also received 18 million.
Yeah,
it
so
48.
but you're not actually losing anything then, really.
Yeah, and his
They go, "We'll give you
contract
30 million in stock. You technically have it, but you don't. So it's not like, oh, here's this money I earned from here that's now just down the shitter.
Sure.
And I think he'll be just fine because, as Tom said, he's got a 10-year contract worth $375 million with Fox.
It's a lot of money.
It's a fuckload of money.
He'll be okay.
It's crazy that to commentate you get more.
37.5 million a year.
Yeah.
Well, who's that other player, the ex-player that's on a shitload of money? He was a quarterback.
Yeah. And he's, what's his fucking name? That's going to annoy me. Can you not tell me once you find it, Dave?
Yeah.
I think he played for Dallas or the Colts.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's 18 million, if that's the one who I'm talking about. He's great at, like, calling plays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
Tony
Romo.
Nice, yeah.
I got it.
Who did he play? Well, you said Tart. I think we both
but
got
I
it.
started it.
You started it?
Tony Romo was Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he predicts plays. What, he's on 18 and Tom's on double that.
Well, it's Tom fucking Brady.
I know, but when he got his contract, they were like, this is just the most ridiculous contract. And
Yeah, well, sorry, dude. You didn't win a Super Bowl, did you? Tony Romo?
no,
I don't
didn't.
think
Tom won a few. I don't know if you know that.
7 of 10. Not bad.
Yeah, he's he's one of the highest rated players who've never appeared in a Super Bowl, Tony Romo.
There you go. Bit of Wally Lewis about him.
Listen, it's Monday, babe. We're talking NFL over here. We're talking
We're all
fucking
over the
F1,
show.
bro.
We do what we want.
we
We
do
do
what
what we
we
fucking
want.
want. I saw, I was watching, I was at the pub on Friday
Friday?
night, and just before the gig, mate. And I was looking at, it was an NBA game on, and the way they do their jerseys, I know we get like uppity about the NRL doing heaps of different jerseys and shit, which I get to some degree because they're constantly just trying to make you buy like nylon shit, and there's a different jersey every fucking week, and they're not that great. You know what I mean? Like, generally speaking. But I like the way, like, I think it was Indiana maybe? Indiana Pacers or something. I'm not sure in the NBA. But, like, their jersey just said Indy on it. Like, that's what they called them. And I was like, it'd be kind of cool if the NRL had some shit like that where it's a bit more,
Like Manly.
but, like, colloquial. You know what I mean? But you could just have Manly on the fucking jersey. Or, like, I don't know. But do you know what I'm saying? Bronx. Doggies. I don't know. You could just do some stuff there where it's a bit more
Fun.
and they look sick.
You could do it on the away jersey, potentially.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? You wouldn't ruin your home jersey with it.
And that's very basketball-y. Like, but you could do...
That's
you could play
literally it.
around. You could play around.
You could play around a bit more where it's like, sure, you've got your rounds that mean shit, but I just like, rather than like your fucking Marvel character.
The problem is with our jerseys, Tom, as opposed to the NBA's jersey, is they're not dripping in sponsorship. So you can play around. Whereas
That's
I
a
don't
great
know if
point.
I don't know if Laundry hotels want doggies across the front of it when they've paid fucking
Maybe not. Maybe
million a
not.
season or
Why
something.
is it? There must be some rule, obviously, about
It'd
sponsorships.
be an NBA rule.
Yeah,
It's a great- I
it's
like
similar
it.
in the NFL. They don't have sponsorships printed on the jerseys.
Because the TV rights are probably so fucking hectic, you don't need to.
That also allows them to control things. They like to control the narrative. So they put on the games and would be selling in sponsorship and shit, I would imagine.
Fully.
Again, I'm not 100% punters and dribblers. I'm just taking a wild guess. You won't be able to even see... You probably won't even be able to see the logo eventually. I wouldn't be shocked if an NRL team started like selling rights deals into that.
What are you into the logo?
You know what I mean? Like, well, you can get the logo done. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure the Warriors are officially, their name is the One New Zealand Warriors.
Exactly.
'Cause
So it's already begun.
They used to be the
Into their
Vodafone
actual
Warriors.
name, yeah.
Why can't you be the Hello Sport Manly Warringah Seagulls?
I wouldn't want it to be. I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but
Well, no. So, yeah, official website of the One New Zealand Warriors. There you go. There you go.
And yeah,
it's
they
begun.
used to be Vodafone
they've
Warriors.
always been like that, haven't they? The Vodafone Warriors, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Is
I
there
think
any other team that does that?
You won't be able to see any of the jerseys soon enough. They'll just be covered in fucking ads.
Again, I'm all for the corporate dollary-do here, but I do like the more barren jersey.
Like this.
Correct. You mean the horizontal season? Imagine seeing a team get out there and just all fucking a nice sky blue. Imagine if this is what the Origin jerseys look like.
Oh, sky blue, as in the colour that we always have had.
But we don't.
But sometimes
we just go dark blue out of nowhere.
just to throw everyone off.
Couple of things, Eddie. There's a few things we got to get to before we pack things up for Monday. A video came across our desk the other day quite out of context. We didn't know what we were looking at, of what we could only assume at the time was a fresh take on an old classic, and that being the New Zealand haka. What is the men's New Zealand and netball team called?
They're called the Men in Black, I believe.
Oh, that is actually what they're called.
I think so, yes. I'll double check that. But yeah, New Zealand do like naming their teams fun stuff. Like their basketball team are called the Tall Blacks.
Yeah, the shuttlecock team called the Blackhawks.
Yeah, the badminton team, yeah.
Badminton.
The caption is there, Tom, meet the newest members of the Men in Black. So
New Zealand's men's netball team, what a performance. So I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? Let's just play it. I wouldn't mind just having one more look.
You got the sound there?
Yep. It is a track.
upside down like that. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow. There's a guy who does a flip, I think, at one point here. Oh, the coaches are dancing. Look at that guy, dude. He's fucking... Okay.
The Men in Black.
The Men in Black, you love it.
Did you see what Australia countered with?
Yeah, we covered the Nutbush.
The
He
Nutbush.
almost blew out his fucking sack there on the split.
Get the Nutbush on.
Yeah.
I liked how the commentator as well, when we do the Nutbush, goes, "Oh, they're going with the Nutbush," as in like, this is a big call.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know?
huge call. It's right there, Dave. I think you press pause on it.
Where are we?
Up the top. Right there.
Oh, is that
The Kelpies.
Yeah, it's the Kelpies, dude.
Last year they really lit it up. Let's see what they can do this time.
Oh, my God.
They're going with the Nutbush.
See,
They're going with the
Nutbush.
Let's see if this throws off their opposition.
This is good stuff. Really, really Australian dance as well, the Nutbush, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You ready, boys? Get into it.
I know it, guys. I'm joining in.
Oh, the commentator gets up and does it.
He is literally doing these moves in commentary next to me right now.
Oh,
This
my
is from
God.
Australians. Nutbush.
And they...
Australian disco in progress. This is what they cranked out. This is what everyone did. Is this like jump jam for Australia? I have no idea what that is. Oh, it must be. Taking me back to my youth.
The Nutbush. It's powerful stuff.
So I think, because initially when I saw this, or when everyone's like, "What in the sweet fuck is going on?" I'm not anti it. Let me get that on the public record. I'm pro whatever the fuck's going
Pro
on.
Nutbush?
I'm pro Nutbush.
I would
I'm pro
expect
Men in
nothing
Black. I don't like. I know it's like, I think maybe like netball's equivalent of like the Magic round.
Well, not. It's like their equivalent of T20. So this is fast fives. So it's only 5 players on a court as opposed to, I think, 6 usually.
I love
7.
that-
Sorry, 7.
I love that they're like netball's like zhuzhing it up. Is like, let's all like each team do a fucking
A fun dance.
fun dance before.
It would take 2 players out. I get it. I respect it. That's the way it's going. T20ifying everything.
Yeah.
This
This is electric.
This is electric stuff. Nothing gets people going like the Nutbush. I mean, Nutbush undefeated.
Or the Men in Black dancing to the Men in Black.
I know, that was powerful stuff. I believe that we got pumped.
Yeah, so not pumped. We lost 35. Sorry. We won the women's. We beat
Women's wear up fucking wear.
Yeah, but
the
we
Diamond-
know,
Yeah.
we know that.
Yeah. So the Diamonds won 35-23 against New Zealand.
Talking more about the Kelpies.
Yeah, the Kelpies, where was it? Yeah, we lost 51-34.
Yeah,
in
we
the
got
final.
pumped, dude. Kelpies
Yeah.
got fucking neutered and then put down.
Now, who won? Who took home the gold?
New Zealand. So it was Australia, New
Blackhawks.
Zealand finals in both.
So this was the final.
I'm not sure if that was the final.
Where do we sit in the global rankings of men's netball? I wasn't convinced with the Nutbush. I'm not going to lie.
It just... whilst everyone, I think, respects a nutbush and they know a nutbush, does it invoke fear in the opposition? That would be my only concern.
I don't know whether there's anything other than maybe a squeaky haka that's going to invoke intimidation on the netball courts from a dance perspective.
You could do a squeaky war dance.
Well, no, I'm saying the squeaky haka, like the Tall Blacks get into,
Well, I'm saying
that'll squeak fear into the hearts of everyone.
yeah. Squeaky fear.
Yeah, the current world rankings, this hasn't been updated since this tournament, but I also don't know if this really counts because it's like
fast
this 2020.
five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Australia 1, New Zealand 2.
Oh, we're number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just didn't perform in the new format.
Has the male game just come out of nowhere? I haven't seen the male game at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a world ranking.
I don't know if
Are
there's
we,
a
are
way
we at
to
the Com
measure the
Games next
metrics.
time? Are the men getting a run at the Com Games?
It's been at the Commonwealth Games since 1998, and I think they have had
The men?
men's and women's.
No way.
I'm just seeing.
There's no way.
No, actually, I think this is just women's that's been at the Commonwealth Games.
Why the fuck wouldn't the men have been in?
You never hear about the men playing. Ever.
Oh, okay. So hang on. We got something here. From 11th of October 2022, there's an article in The Guardian that says men's netball brought out from behind closed doors in landmark series. So
Told you we haven't fucking seen him
Why
before.
have the Kelpies been oppressed?
I would have known about the Kelpies had they been put in front of me.
I was like, when I heard just recently the Kelpies was the name of the men's netball team, I was like, I would have known that we had a national team called the Kelpies.
You don't walk past that in the street.
No, you don't. That thing takes your breath away.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so as of this article in October 2022, international netball remains sanctioned for women only by World Netball, meaning that the Australian men aren't allowed to wear the coat of arms on their uniforms.
The men are oppressed.
Wow, dude.
In an age of equality, this is disgraceful.
Justice for the Kelpies.
Justice for the Kelpies.
So Kelpies still not recognised on a global stage
Not allowed to wear the badge, Tom. Not allowed to wear the coat of
because that's
arms.
what the World Netball says.
I think so, yeah. I think this tournament
an
is
oppressive
different.
regime.
No, this
by
is.
World Netball.
I don't know whether we've got a new cause, but I want the Kelpies recognised.
I want them acknowledged. We see you, Kelpies.
We see you, Kelpies. We woof with you.
Ooh, okay, so I think they might have recently just been recognised.
Job done.
That was easy.
That was fucking easy.
Well, I don't know if this is like...
That was quick.
that was almost our quickest.
That was probably our quickest rectifying of a situation.
You're welcome, Kelpies. And for fans of male netball.
Yeah.
Because it just didn't sit right with me that women were getting all the acclaim.
No, and listen, that's no disrespect. Like full love and praise to our Diamondbacks.
Diamonds.
Opals?
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Just diamonds.
Just diamonds. To our diamonds.
Yep, diamonds. Yeah, I'm not sure whether they've been officially recognised by World Netballs, but in August of this year was when the Kelpies officially debuted as the Kelpies.
Now, I want to... So, first and foremost, they've only just been given a name. Secondly, I want them at World Cups. I want them at Com Games.
Is there Olympics? Olympic netball?
No, netball's not at the Olympics.
Well, thankfully we've got breakdancing.
And speed climbing.
And speed
Breakdancing's weird, though.
Breakdancing, yeah, it's pretty weird, especially when you got the Kelpies there sitting on the sideline, tail between their legs.
You got to ask yourself, do more people play netball or breakdance?
I think the answer would be quite clear, right? Netball. Fucking netball. Ball in net.
How often do you see people breakdancing? Only ever at the front of the courthouse.
Or maybe before a Fast Five game.
We saw a bit out there today.
Well, do we try and now, here's something. Do we combine the two sports? You breakdance first, you play netball second.
And you scored. That's waiting.
It's waiting. It's how well did you breakdance, and then how much did you win the game in netball?
So let's say that you go out and dominate your breakdancing performance. Then you start with a lead.
Yes.
You start with like 10-goal lead or something.
Yep.
So it's not impossible to overcome that if you're an elite netballman.
Or woman.
No,
But we're talking the Kelpies. No,
Kelpies.
the women can sit out of it. The Kelpies need their time in the sun.
That's right. And because they've been oppressed.
Yeah.
No longer. Not on this show. Now, if you go out and perform with the netball in hand, you can overcome a 10-point lead, but you don't want to get too far behind. So you've got to focus on your breakdancing, Tom.
Well, they
You can't
need
just
to.
leave.
No, you can't. You got to be able to break dance and play netball.
That's right. You need to be able to do both.
You've got to be a dual code superstar
yeah,
in the one sport.
a 2-code threat.
Yeah. And I would imagine that they speak to each other in terms of the athleticism required to breakdance could only come in handy on the netball court.
Like, show me a GA that can't breakdance.
You know what I mean? While donning the bib.
They haven't got bibs on here. Which
I actually am
I'm a little bit
noticing
upset
that
about.
now as well. That annoys the fucking shit out of
Well,
me.
I think it might be different in the Fast Fives, but they do have. Oh no, you can see there they've got the positions printed onto their jersey.
No, they've got that's
but
Velcro.
I need-
see,
yeah.
see the guy without a GA says that's a Velcro, little strips of Velcro.
Oh yeah,
there.
okay. So they can switch up. I still would prefer a bib. That nut bush is electric. Look at that freeze frame we got there. Goodness gracious.
Listen, I'm disappointed they're not in bibs. I think that's an easy fix.
It's a layup. And I think with the advent of the pre-game,
Are they
Boogie.
Are they bouncing trampolines there on the side of the court?
surely not. That would seem.
Do you bounce on?
Do you think that's like instead of little like stationary bikes that people hop on while they're subbed off? Do you think they
you
just
could just be
bounce
doing
on
a
the
little
trampoline?
springing.
That's a tramp.
You reckon you tramping onto the court? I hope so, dude.
Well, it's the Fast Five.
Get me to the Fast Five, would ya?
We'll be there next year.
We'll be in the bloody green and gold.
That's
We'll be
right.
in the inner sanctum of the Kelpies.
Yeah. We'll be boying the Kelps. Shout out to the Fast Five.
Shout out to the Fast Five and the Kelpies. We do have the cricket, obviously, but I just want to get to some boot covers.
I thought this was a joke.
Tobler sent it to us. We thought it was a joke. We didn't know what we were saying.
Well, I saw punters and dribblers, and I thought to myself, some crafty, wily bastard who's good at Photoshop's knocked up a set of Wallabies boot covers. To my surprise and to my excitement, there's nothing. There's no wool pull about these
No,
boot
there's
covers.
not. I'd say that the Wallabies merch team have had one of the great runs in the history of merch, and we have every single bit of merch, whether it's from the artisanal football you see behind us, whether it's the Donegals, whether it's the berets,
Whether it's the boot cover.
the boot with the jerseys we got. Anyone who fucking tries to say we aren't supporters of rugby union and the Wallabies generally doesn't know what they're talking about. But
Yeah,
these,
I know. Don't call into question our loyalty to the side when we own every single bit of merch they've created in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
I also just get a feeling, Tom, if I'm going to tinfoil hat it, just quickly, just briefly, it almost feels like the Wallabies merch team are just going, let's make something those two dickheads will buy and they'll
Yeah.
talk about it. It's
Yeah.
smart footy. A Wallabies blocker long sleeve rash vest.
what in the fuck is that?
A
Is it like
rashie.
it's a rashie to swim in.
Yeah. Protect yourself at the beach this summer in these striking long sleeve rash vests. A great combination of surf style and football design.
Surf style, sure, okay. Look, I won't be doing that, but can we go back to those boot covers again, artisanal as they are? Can we just get a bit of a
Who's Norton?
what's the write-up they've given us about these boot covers? Anything? Elastic, top of boots. Sure.
Protects against dust and debris, Tom, and stress point bar tabs.
Now, do we think, and I know they've sort of put them on work boots there, and I know that there'd be many Australians, manning the tools who'd be proud rugby union fans, but are they the majority, or do we think that most of the people do we think these are really for like corporate cowboys?
Yeah, I think they probably look better over a fresh pair of RMs.
And wrapped and cuffing a nice blue suit or some moleskin pants
Well, they'd be over the top of a moleskin
or a blue city suit.
or a blue city suit. Either. I'm happy to see both.
Now, I think this would be to stop red wine stains when you're at Mr. Wong's, say. You know what I mean? You don't want red wine falling down onto...
You don't want soy sauce on the boot.
You don't want soy sauce.
don't
Well,
want it-
shit, dumpling slipped out of me fucking Choppies.
You don't want exo sauce with the pips.
It'd be hard to get out of a suit, hard to get out of the fucking pants, the
right.
moleskins, those cream chino moleskin things.
That's right.
Now, what do you do about maybe you're in a boat shoe or a fucking loafer? The last thing you want soy sauce down the side of your foot, not only because of what it's going to do to the, I'm assuming, Italian leather shoe you're using, or a nice cream suede, but like it's also potentially going to stink up in there. In the shoe.
Well,
the foot sweat with some exo sauce.
No.
Maybe some red wine. Now, I don't know if they get nipping off to the bathroom a couple of times. What does that do to it? You don't want to be...
Well, you're covered. You're covering all your bases in there. That's what you're doing. If you're nipping into a bit of bathroom work.
Stall work.
Bit of stall work. Mr. Wong's work.
Yeah.
You want to be protected. You know.
Now, maybe if you're at the trough, bit of splashback off the trough.
Oh, well, it's not to worry. There's no issue, Tom. You know, maybe walking past a public school, you just got to have your bases covered.
You got to have your wits about you.
You know, walking past a leaguey, you probably want to have these on.
Yep.
Because you don't want to get... leaguey likely to spit at you.
Mm.
You don't want that coming down the shoe.
Nah. No, you don't want it dribbling down into your socks.
No, you don't. And that's where the boot cover comes in.
Yep.
Or, see, boot cover's probably a little bit too niche a word. It's almost, it's a shoe protector because you could have the suede
chino.
Well, no,
the suede loafer.
You've got the loafer on. You've got the boot on.
Yeah.
You've
boat
got,
shoe.
You've got the boat shoe on. You may have some patent leather. Maybe you're off to a dinner party or something.
You can see this as a black tie accoutrement.
Again, if you're going to some sort of dinner, it's black tie, and you're with some uncouth individuals, maybe put the boot cover.
Well, at a certain point, rum comes out. And, you know, rum, I think, is the drink of choice for the rugby union fan when they are balls to the walling it.
That's right.
You go to red wine to a point, rack and red, and then it's rack and rums.
Well, yeah, you start out with rack and red, then it's rack and rum pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you're the sort of operator we're talking about. I think they're fantastic.
I think they're beautiful. Ours are on the way. Don't you worry about that. We've got some coming. Because we support the fucking the side.
Well, we support the cause.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there saying that we don't support the boys. Well, where's your merch, dickhead? Where's your artisanal football? Where's your Donegal? Where's your beret? Where's your foot cover? Hey? You tell me. Where's your jersey?
How much these things set you back? $400, $500?
$20, cheap as chips.
Cheap
Is that
as
each?
Chips. Yeah, that'd be $20 a cover.
Yeah, $20 a cover. Now, the Wallabies Norton boot cover. Who's Norton?
Is Norton a type of company that makes them? Is it a collab?
No, the company is Ashtabula, who make a lot of like sport merch.
Who's Norton?
What is a Norton boot cover? Maybe a Sam Norton Knight? Is he in the boot cover game?
I think Norton boot covers is just what they've called their range of boot covers.
Why Norton?
I don't know.
Norton
why.
is the most rugby union name.
Why don't you just call it Wallabies boot cover? What's the Norton about?
In the Norton range, they also have NRL clubs as well.
Oh, okay. These are... See, those leaguey ones look way better on work boots. They're all pretty elegant and understated, though.
Mate, those leaguey ones are unbelievable. Look at the Raiders ones. Holy shit.
Oh, my God, dude. That is... You're putting up a flag, aren't you?
Tradies, can I ask you a question? You seeing many boot covers these days? Boot covers doing the rounds?
I think boot covers do the rounds. Do you see flash boot covers? Do you see like, hey, look at me boot covers?
But who's wearing boot covers? Are they commonplace, the boot cover?
Look, I've been out of the labouring game a while.
Well, that's why I'm not asking you.
Maybe for like your landscape gardening and shit, you know, like a lot of soil getting around.
Yeah, like you don't want to get gravel in your shoes.
I think the landscaper would be a big boot cover guy or girl.
Took the girl out of my mouth there. Anyway, I just can't wait for our Norton boot covers to come for us to put them through their paces.
Oh, they'll be getting one of the great workouts all the time. Probably have to book in a lunch.
Well, of course we will. It's be important for us to do that. Mark Nawaqanitawase,
yes,
Wallabies winger,
yes,
fucking one of our best players.
Didn't he just re-sign?
No, went for a meeting at the Roosters.
Can you check that? I thought I saw something about. I remember seeing him meeting at the Roosters, but then I thought I saw that he'd re-signed with the Wallabies.
What, like today?
He's off contract with the Waratahs and Rugby Australia.
Mate,
at the
if
end
you're
of
him-
Did they
2024.
put? Can you just check their Instagram quickly? I may have dreamt it. Would
Rugby
that shock?
Australia?
Would that shock anyone?
No, fuck no. No. That scumbag Eddie Jones said he's interested in the fucking Japan job.
Of course he is. Of
What
course
a
he was.
cocksucker.
He'll be there. Nothing gets past you and I, Tom.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, dude. Like, if you think about, and again, like, happy for Joseph Suoliti, right? 1.6 mil over however many years to go to rugby. But if you're Nawaqanitawase, Mark,
Yep.
who's like the best winger we've got essentially currently right now, from what I am to understand, like haven't they just completely set the market on what you're prepared to pay, cunts? Like if you're him, you're like, Suoliti's getting what? Pay me or I'm fucking out of here. Like he's a good player.
To a degree.
He's young and he's good.
There's still the marketing aspect, and they're trying to get eyeballs from another sport.
I get it. But if you're him,
So
you're
it's not-
going.
it's certainly not a like for like. It's not.
Yeah, but if you're as good a player as him, or if you're a better rugby player than he is right now, and you're off contract, as if you aren't fucking going to go, oh, hey, rugby league, what the fuck are you thinking? Oh, sweet. Like rugby union can't really afford to lose him.
Well, rugby union can't even keep their own fucking coach. So, like, it's a complete and utter shit show. I know exactly what you're saying, Tom, and it may well create an environment where players do get bitter as fuck, and you go, you know what? If you're going to pay that cunt all that money and I'm not going to get a fucking cent, then I'm going to piss off.
Yeah.
Like, it could create a rod for their back, so to speak, for sure.
They can't afford to pay everyone 1.6 mil.
No, they can't. I don't even think they can afford to pay Joseph Suoliti 1.6 million.
No.
I think
they honey-dicked friend of the show, Angus Crichton.
Yeah, what a weird decision that was. Has Angus decided where he's going? Shout out to Connor Watson, who has re-signed with the Chooks.
Yes. Shout out to Connor Watson.
Dear friend of the show.
You want to talk about resting 10 faces? Jesus Christ.
Not really any news on Angus Crichton.
Anyway.
Yeah, real shit show.
Yeah,
real shit
real
show
shit
vibe.
show.
Especially if he leaves. Mm-hmm. If Mark gets up and goes,
To rugby league? To the rugby league?
then panic stations. Because they're supposed to be adding talent, not losing it.
Yeah. And he's already an established quality rugby league, rugby union player.
There is just so much fucking work to be done between now and 2027 for the Wallabies. It's insane.
Has anyone heard from Hamish McLennan? Can we just type his name into fucking Google and see when the last time he said something was?
Yeah, well, he was. I was
The milk comment.
The Mark Nawaqanitawase. Yeah, I'm going to stuff it up.
Nawaqanitawase.
Yeah, Nawaqanitawase article was from November 10th on the Sydney Morning Herald. They reached out to McLennan for comment but didn't hear back. Oh, no, okay. An hour ago, a story has been posted where Hamish McLennan was
Forced to drink
commenting.
cottage cordial on a flight back from Paris. And he wigged out.
So he said he doesn't regret hiring Eddie Jones.
How can you fucking say that? How can you say that when it's gone as badly as it's gone?
Listen, if I'm the board or whoever gives him a job, I'm highly alarmed by those comments because that implies that you don't think it's been an absolute train wreck, an absolute disaster, which it has been.
You know, his wife was on Instagram, like, replying to comments and shit, being like, he's the best man for the job. You don't know what it's like. And then people are like, you're the same last name as him. Are you related? Are you his wife?
Mate, listen, you come out saying that you don't regret it. You should come out saying that was the worst decision ever made by the fucking game here in Australia. Hiring that traitorous bastard who came in, fucked us, picked nobodies, well, not nobodies, young talent who got absolutely rinsed through the meat grinder. This is the World Cup against elite sides. We fucking win 2 games against Georgia and Portugal. We come out, spread the rumour that Georgia's good this year. Like, what are we talking about? We got absolutely fucking hammered. You're taking meetings with Japan before the World Cup's even started, like a month into the job. Yeah, bro, you should regret that. You should 100% regret that. You should come out and say that guy's a cuck, traitorous bastard who fucked us over.
But
and
it was a captain's call bringing him in as well.
Mate, you don't regret that, you're not fit for the job.
So he said here about the decision to axe Dave Rennie and bring in Eddie Jones. He said, I think it's unfair because it was socialised amongst the board and we were all concerned about how the team was performing under Dave Rennie.
What the fuck does that mean?
He goes on to say, I was in a position where I certainly gave a point of view. It's unfair to say it was my call only, but I was certainly an advocate for Eddie. And I think given the circumstances, I would probably make the same call again.
You'd make the same call again, would you?
And listen to those corporate fucking that jargon. It was socialised amongst the board. Does that mean you're all whispering about it? Some of you wanted it. Like, what are you fucking saying?
Can you speak like a human, please?
Can you just read that quote again?
Yeah, he said, I think it's unfair because it was socialised amongst the board and we were all...
What does that mean? English.
Yeah, it was mentioned once. Whose idea was it?
And then he goes on to say, I was in a position where I certainly gave a point of view. A point of view.
Oh, okay, right. A point of view. So not yes or no. As the, what are you, CEO?
Yeah.
You CEO or
No,
is he
he's not.
fucking
No, he's a chairman.
chairman?
And then
What a fucking...
he was pushed back. I think this was during an interview on Stan Sport, and they kind of pushed him on why he shouldn't fall on his sword. He said, I always knew there would be a moment like this where it would get really ugly. I again apologise for what happened at the World Cup, but hopefully you see someone with a steely resolve who wants to bat on. He goes on to say...
You wanted to bat on in Paris. You stayed there for the rest of the fucking tournament and just ripping and tearing.
He said...
Eyes wide shut style.
Rugby eats itself every 3 or 4 years and it has lacked a coherent strategy over a long period of time. And I feel like we're just getting to the point where we will break through.
What do you reckon PVL would say if he, like, in regards to, let's just say he'd been chairman of rugby union and this Eddie Jones debacle happened? Do you reckon he'd be getting up there going, nah, nothing to see, no regrets? Do you reckon he'd say that?
It's funny. At the start of the year or whenever it was when the Suoliti thing was happening, Hamish McLennan was very much like singing from the rugby league hymn sheet of like,
remember he was going so hard in the
going
paint.
hard at him, talking shit,
Yeah.
and we kind of liked it. In like honestly,
I did like it.
It was like
I did like it.
But now and then, you know, like rugby league was returning serve and having to like answer to him. You know, like fucking these guys are shit. Why would you want to go? Like it was on NRL 360. They were talking about it all the time. Now it's like you just wouldn't even bother if you're rugby league, and they're like, it's like, okay, dude, this is actually embarrassing.
Correct. Correct.
You haven't heard a peep out of rugby league being like, oof.
Yeah.
It's almost like not. It's like inhumane to start shitting on them.
Listen, it's train wreck stuff. It just
That's
is.
crazy though. So he hasn't really done or said shit.
It's been socialised. It was
Socialised amongst the board, and I certainly had an opinion. I had an opinion on the matter, but didn't say what his opinion was.
Right.
That's kind of like cowardly, don't you think? Like, come out and just say what the fuck happened. Like, what did you do? What was it like? That feels cowardly.
Yeah.
Cricket.
World Cup semi-final on Thursday.
Yep, our game Thursday night, 7:30
Fuck
against
yeah,
South
dude.
Africa.
South Africa,
It's
mate.
time. Mate, I tell you what.
We chased down. There was a record run chase again.
Mitch Marsh can play.
Yeah.
Swamp Junior.
Did it for his family. Swamp Junior. He's lost his granddad. They were all like, I think they had like the funeral that day, and he's like, I wanted to put on a fucking show for the family.
We have been in a fucking rugby league cricket mood lately.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, we'll chase that. No worries. Not a problem.
Oh yeah, we'll chase that.
Humongous stuff.
Outside of Trav, Davey another 50, Mitch 177, Smudge 63. They're saying they think fucking Labuschagne will miss out on Thursday. Well, it's out of him and Stoinis.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a fucking clue who you go with.
Listen, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, 7:30,
7:30.
KO.
Make smart decisions. I reckon we hump the South Africans.
Yeah,
They're
there's been a
set.
lot of like replays of their bloody choking and
Of course,
stuff.
mate. This is
It's
the
good
start. This
gear.
is the time to start to play that sort of thing, Tom.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you remember this? Remember this?
Remember this when you fucking
Remember this?
choked?
Also, absolutely love that India haven't lost a game. It's
Yeah.
just set up so deliciously.
Set up perfectly.
It's set up fucking unbelievably for a final in front of your home fans to lose to Australia. Australia gets their 6th.
Yeah.
It's set up cherry ripe, punters and dribblers. We've got to get through South Africa first, obviously.
We'll do that
We will. 7:30 KO. Do not miss it.
Thursday.
Mitch goes big. Davey goes big.
Trav goes big.
Glenn goes big.
Glenn
Trev
goes
goes
huge.
big. Smudge goes big. We go big.
Yeah.
400, 450, 500, something like
600,
that.
700 runs.
Maybe 900.
Huge, big runs. I'm very pumped for that, Edward.
Hot, horny, ready to go. Shout out the punter, shout out the dribbler, shout out to me.
Big Day Rosé on sale right now, hellosport.shop.
Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?